greater heights. Let us live for life and live it fully, abundantly, realizing truth, responsibilities, obligations, duties of being, health, wealth, talent, and prosperity. Let us live. Let us live. Let us live for life.
Keep it rolling that way. Bring it here.
You know, one of the things that I think about a lot is all of the creativity and brilliance in our communities, in the El Barrios, on the Indian reservations, in the ghetto, that never ever rises, comes out, gets expressed. One of the ways in which people who are oppressed in this country are so strongly oppressed is because they have taught us that we have nothing to give, that we can build not, in spite of the fact that we're responsible for everything that's ever been created in this country and internationally. So when I see us giving, when we manage to build situations and environments and parties and contexts where people can come out, it's a real honor and privilege, but it's just who we are and who we would be if this country did not sit on and squeeze out the life and creativity of our people. So we should give Sister Adama a great big hand. Is there somebody else out there who has some culture to share with us, some brilliance, some creativity, and some love? You shouldn't be shy. You should come up and give it, because that's what we have to build with, and that's why they can't tumble it or touch it. No matter how many times they beat up on it, we're going to keep growing. Thank you.
Great. She'll do another number.
Great. You ready? What do you want to do?
Keep this floor moving.
Okay.
I'm about what this
You want to make a set?
Just keep this moving. Keep the creation moving.
Yeah, he's on the program.
Well, Dr. Fulani, don't leave right now, because last night we planned a party for you.
Well, what happened to my party?
And I got a young lady.
Where's my party?
I got a young lady named Latifah Franklin from, is it Dallas or Houston, Latifah? Come on up, Latifah. And Sister Bessie. Now, where are the other party planners? There was some sisters and brothers. They may not be awake this morning.
They raised money.
Right.
Y'all raised money.
They didn't raise. They spent money to do the refreshments, and they had it, and they for selling, and they sold it and got our money back, so we didn't lose anything. And one of the things that they said that they wanted to do, Dr. Fulani, was to. The plan was for them to say some words for you. So Latifah said she definitely wanted to say something to you this morning.
All right.
Dr. Fulani, we planned the party for you last night, though you weren't here. Some of us wasn't there to hear your speech, but we was there in soul. And I know it was good. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Got it.
Now, Sister Bessie, you said you had a whole bunch you wanted to say. How you sat down so fast?
I want people to know that this sister raised a lot of money. I think it was dark. She didn't even know who I was. I put my hand to get a wine cooler. She stopped. She said, "It is $2." I said, "Pardon me." All right. And she said, and don't forget, it's $2. And I want to say thank you, because everybody here today and everything we're doing is about what Dr. Fulani said. And a lot of people last night, it was tough for us, because there's some people didn't have a sheet. Some people didn't have this and that, and we felt really good that we all made it here and slept good, because the people that aren't here, they're in other states making sure that in November, that it'll be Fulani on that ballot in November. So if you want to know why maybe you didn't have as much as we would have liked, because people are busting ass to make sure that a black woman is going to make sure that we have an independent vehicle in November. So I want you to know a lot of the staff was out in other parts of the country working on our behalf. And I just want to remind everyone that we'll be talking more about coming to NAP's upcoming convention in August. August 20th and 21st, we're having our convention. We'll be talking more about it with you, and I want to thank everybody for the support for Dr. Fulani. So you look wonderful.
Thank you very much. I really, 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 really appreciate you. I experienced, let me introduce myself. My name is Adama, and I'm a creative expressionist, a minister for the world's movement for conscious cosmic citizenship. We do live in very crucial times. We're all aware of how crucial the times are. And we are not all understanding exactly what it will take to see us through this. And none of the politicians, per se, have been able to articulate exactly what it is for us to be liberated. We're not all clear what liberation is in truth. We need to be free to express fully the fullness of the beauty and the integrity that we each are as immortal, inalienable parts of the Creator's presence. Most of us don't think that highly of ourselves, but that is who we indeed are. If we do not affirm it, claim it, speak it so that it can be impressed indelibly upon our
spectators or lost. How do we deal with that?
If you are with the generating kind of energy that we generated yesterday for DOE and that we're generating right now, just this many people sitting here is attracting standers-by. Just as many people yesterday started a lot of stuff at DOE. I was one of the first to get there. We had about 10 people just chanting up at the people upstairs. I didn't know there were people upstairs. And by the time I left, it was chaos. And we had caught some attention. There were all the business people across the street. They heard every word they said. And we have to look to them to think about what we say. But there's power in numbers. And many groups are good too. But when we're out on the streets, today we could have done something. We could have told people something, anything. But we didn't have enough people. He was there, and other people were there too. It's so frustrating not to get anything to people, because nobody's going to listen to this guy on the roller skates riding around with a sign. Nobody's going to look at that sign there, and nobody's going to listen to three kids walking around trying to say something. You have power in numbers, and the Constitution says we have the right to assemble here. They can't arrest us for that. They did. I hate to break it to you. I know they arrested me yesterday. But then if you've already accepted that the Constitution is no longer valid, then what's the point?
Well, you're less likely to get arrested walking around talking to people one-on-one than you are being...
They haven't arrested him yet.
So go ahead, do it. What's to stop you from doing it?
Nothing, but I'm just trying to get some numbers behind me.
Oh, actually, these things are really neat. Look at this thing.
Breaking any laws like
Pressing?
Sure, but that's what happened last night.
I know, so stay in the crosswalk. So stay in the crosswalk.
It's obvious that whether we're entertained, whether we're by ourselves,
Pardon me.
we're still going to be hassled. Like yesterday. We were out asking for donations with no business as usual.
Yeah,
Oh.
So we can like all talk to each other.
You understand what I'm talking about? As we took off, the police come in. And what, 3 people got arrested yesterday?
Yeah, one of them
Because of
roughed up pretty good too.
In my opinion, in your opinion, the crowd wouldn't have been there, we would have been caught.
I agree.
So see, it's safer, as he says, in numbers. If we stay in a group, and we work as a group, and we act as a group, it's going to be a lot harder for them to take it out. And people, yeah, we'll listen to a group. It's just like Sunday. We started out with a handful of people Sunday. Before we knew it, by the time we got to the Omni, we had 1,000 people. We had more than 1,000 people. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. See, because wherever we go, people are going to be out there and they're going to know what we're talking about. They're going to understand. Some people are going to relate to it, and some people are going to say, hey, you know, you guys are right. Just like when we had the War Zone tour the other day. We lost a few and we picked up a few, didn't we? On the way.
The government is counting on us to do this. If the people out here see us get arrested for speaking, then maybe that will open up some of the blind eyes. If we don't drop anything and we stay in the crosswalks, and we do what the police tell you, but we continue to chant, and they still arrest us, then the people will see the injustice, and maybe then they'll stand up. Because if that won't let them see what's going on, nothing will. They don't see it firsthand. They don't see the Constitution.
Yeah, I'd like to take off on what these brothers just said. Because I think that thousands of people have seen us out there in the streets, you know, and that's something that we have changed consciousness here. And all those people that saw us getting arrested, we have turned the terms of debate at this convention into what's happening in the streets, not what's happening on the floor of stock exchange.
No, we haven't.
And I think that we can't look at a simple mechanical question of, well, we're a few people. We represent large numbers of people, and the fact that the state attacked us in this fashion shows that. They recognize we represent a lot more of young people especially. And I think that there's a question here of like, what is the, you know, what do we do now? And I'd like to say, I think we ought to go out, you know, and try to do something, because I don't think it's a question of just having small numbers, but how many people at this convention have seen the actions that we've been involved with? You know, what did they think of what he's saying? But how many people have learned something they would have never learned if it weren't for us being out there? And yes, getting arrested, this is America.
Okay. I generally agree on small group actions at times. I like the idea of the tour, etc. I'm slightly disappointed because, believe it or not, if you look around us, with the exception of planned action, you know, this is probably at this point the biggest grouping that has met in the whole week, with the exception of the Klan. Except for things like the pro-Jackson things and the black group and things like that. With the exception of that, this is the biggest group that's met. This is bigger than the very successful NBAU event, and I think that we can be at this, and I think that we're being a little bit down on ourselves, a little bit, and I think we can do things in many different ways, and we should now be figuring out a little bit what we can do, rather than have this argument about can or cannot. And if people want to do small group things, they should do it, but they should also figure out maybe how to relate a larger group to their small group thing.
I'm not gonna go. They can pick you up on Norfolk Avenue. You have more than 3 people. Lots of states can pick you up on Norfolk Avenue.
It's not true. It's not true. We did it several times.
On Norfolk Avenue. Well, you tell all those Americans who are in jail right now that they had rights to do that. They can pick you up for anything. Pick you up and make a reason.
Somebody want to continue helping to facilitate the meeting? Would you like to facilitate, or somebody?
What's next on YouTube? What are we supposed to do?
I'll facilitate.
Everybody has their own protest, but it all connects. But have we decided that people are sitting here listening to it, or we still getting over we'll get arrested if we exercise the rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution. If we're scared to exercise our constitutional rights, then we might as well give up right here and let them do what they want.
You really are into being filmed, as you can tell. I don't want to be filmed. and we're not really into it, and I think you're being really rude. And, you know, I don't want to be filmed. You're being an asshole, and I should take the camera and shove it up your goddamn ass.
Now, obviously some groups have their affinity groups and are doing their thing. The people that are here now, including the person who's not there for Rice Tanner, want to go with Rice Tanner, you know, I mean, the people that are here now try to figure out, rather than continue the argument over what we're over whether
The newspaper says
we
fun
can get
rules
together
over
in
demonstrations.
a larger, smaller group, and people feel comfortable with, and get together, you know, people just talk.
Oh, mostly all folks.
Just $6. Just $6.
That's cool.
That's borderline.
Molly!
Hard customer. Okay,
Oh, that's what you need to get up.
Franklin.
Destroy apartheid are an example to the world. So too are the courageous people of this world who are celebrating the 9th anniversary of the Sandinista Revolution. They are fighting all the day against the mass terror subsidized by the two foreign economic and control U.S. foreign policy. In opposition to where the American people stand, a two-party monopoly destroys the democracy by any means. This democracy is also dedicated to the people of the Congo, Zaire, who are engaged in a life and death struggle against the brutal dictator C.C. Sekou Mobutu, another friend and protege of the two-party political monopoly. This freedom concert is dedicated to the Palestinian people and the Palestinian Liberation Organization, whose righteous struggle, and I repeat, righteous struggle, whose righteous struggle for a national homeland must not be compromised or traded away in the name of expediency, as the pseudo-liberals of the Democratic Party are all too ready to do. We are paying tribute today as well to the people of Haiti who are living under a reign of terror perpetrated by a right-wing military dictatorship that operates with the tacit permission of the Democratic and Republican parties, that we need to stand up to as the people of this country and say no, 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 no to them. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until these sisters and brothers in Africa right now. Our brother just got released from prison. He's been riding around with a sign in opposition to the police brutality that's going on all over this nation. Let's give him a big round of applause and welcome our brother back. Turn around. It's against the law of the state. Look at how these people are attacking and stepping out in opposition to democracy because they're afraid of majority rule. They're afraid of the people. So we who believe in freedom cannot rest until these brothers and sisters in Africa, Central America, and everywhere else in the world, including Harlem, are free. As my dear brother and friend Waba Nanini said yesterday, we are those freedom fighters and they are we. How can we join their struggle? I believe that democracy in America is the most powerful weapon that we can use on behalf of them. If we had fair elections in this country, we the people would decide foreign policy and not the two-party dictatorship that makes policy on behalf of a white corporate elite dedicated to making a profit by any means necessary. That is what we the people who are building the independent political movement are giving to our sisters and brothers, the freedom fighters of the world. I am delighted and honored to introduce a brother who has given us the gift of his wonderful voice to sing of freedom. When Richie Havens was asked why he was coming to Atlanta to add his voice to our voices, to add his voice to our protest, he said there's a cry for change from those who have never voted because they've never been represented by either of the two major parties. The majority of the people have never ever ruled, but now real history, people's history is being made. Yes, we are indeed making history, our history, and I'm honored and thrilled that Brother Richie Havens is making it with us, giving new meaning to the words, here comes the sun. Let's hear it for him.
Hello everybody, I'm very glad to be here with you. And I was in Connecticut last night, and 5:30 this morning I was on my way here because this is the last day and my last opportunity to say something about how I feel about things, which of course is one voice in many voices. And the fact is, for about 10 years now, I've been working to bring about the information to the largest section of the American people who are involved in the system, and they are the non-voters.
I come back today, I hear you.
The largest section of all the people
They ran me through the right. They talking about, they asked me to go talking about, wow, why didn't they let the Ku Klux Klan march? And I said, they marching now. They said they got on helmets.
Now, what was their arrest? What they arrested?
Apparently to me, they just wanted to attack me.
Voted by saying no.
Not so much as arrest.
What kind of charge did they beat you up for?
They didn't act well. They roughed me up. They threw me around. They have ways of putting pain to you without just physically doing it in front of the people. But they roughed me up out there.
Together as individuals.
And
I say this for a very good
there's
reason.
many people up there in the jail. And the jail is so filthy with all the roaches and you know,
coming together in small bands,
we got them, okay, because they was a threat. They just wanted to get that.
And they can do that.
They want that banner.
But as long as we come as individuals,
Did they get it?
with the
Well, they threw up the
individual
camera
rights
around to get the video.
claim together,
Did they get the video?
they can't change
You
that.
got it.
I got the video.
Okay, what was their arrest? What was their reason?
Basically,
Well,
because
see,
it's all
ma'am, the reason is they just wanted to get that banner.
They gave you.
election.
Right, the banner. No, their reason is to stop
Where are
advertising
we?
that word, stop police.
Where are we?
That's all I wanted to know from you.
We don't have to.
You don't need that word.
argue
See, as
about
long as that
it.
word not in sight, they can commit brutality.
Individuals.
But when the word is in sight and they do it, then that's exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
Individuals. And they keep us individuals.
How you doing, brother?
I'm beautiful, man.
Oh, good.
They know that
I went in it and came out through it.
are, in fact, individuals. And individuals, as long as they kept individuals, have no power.
My man came up there in that place there.
Well, as individuals, we own this planet, we own this world, we own this country as individuals. We are of it, we are for it, and we are by it, and we're going to be here until they are gone. That is the truth. We're going to be here, and we probably at that point will still be individuals. And that's what America really is about. It's about
She told her
individuals
father, she
and their
rode around for a few
opportunity
minutes, she
to
said, Daddy.
take
They
their
said, what,
share
baby?
of
She said, I am somebody.
That's called America.
How you
Many
doing,
of us
man?
arrived in this country in a lot of different ways. But once we got here, what we did do was give up everything we had because that was taken.
Well, I know you had
That's all it is. Whether you're an Italian,
We have some very good people lawyers.
American,
Thank you,
whether
Lord.
anybody American, the first thing you had to do
There's
was
no way in the world. How you doing,
meant you had to forget your own language.
I'm down here to deliver this
So you couldn't go back home if you wanted
and
to.
everything is screwed it up.
This is
and
the
Vicky
case.
Golson got in touch
We are
with me,
here,
asked me to write
we're
this,
here to
present it
stay
down.
as individuals.
Whatever
I'd
happened,
like
it
to
broke
sing a
down.
song that
I'm still doing
was
it now.
inspired by another election
But I
many, many years ago.
But she said it was screwed up and the time was all messed up.
You know, one of the things that happened is that we've been dealing with attacks on police brutality, attacks. The mayor's office has been very, very provocative. So all these things got put in. Let me just see what I can do. We have a, let me just see something. It has to be abbreviated.
Would you just told me that do the part on
Can I get
feminists
this our microphone working?
Well, what we're doing is bringing everything into this because the people who were supposed to organize feminist peace never enter town.
I have never in my entire life ever spoken for 2 minutes. I don't do freebies for the I have to tell them. I'm just saying I'm not one of the wrong individuals.
Okay, let me just
do what I do.
Let me see. Let me just see. Let me find out, for example, how much longer we have the stage after we speak. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. Stay right here. Hi, sir. Are you with her?
Was inspired by a very strange guy. Lived in Key Biscayne, Florida for a little while at the edge of a lagoon. And every time we'd go to the lagoon, we'd look across the street to the big white house and the Venetian blinds in every window. Anyway, that was a true story. How you doing, man?
Hey, well, what we doing here?
Name was Richard Nixon.
We could do it much better. All we got to do is just start getting some of these stickers and stick them around town.
Okay, brother, I was upset when I heard what happened.
Yeah, well, but
When they released the Jews out, honey, you should have heard their eardrums should be busted, because we really let them know we're together.
That's right. We're all together. What you do with that bag? Are you hungry?
Yeah, shoot, what you talking about? I was gonna give it, man.
Yeah. You hungry?
No, we're gonna do that over here like that. Put that in there.
Fish and just might seem like changing direction right now. Don't go around taking up no direction.
Go to work.
I am.
On our way down.
Glad you got out.
Thank you.
There's nobody left to cry.
How you doing?
What if politicians were all good guys? Oh Lord, don't we wish they were? Would not be so dependent. Cause the war makes us all feel like dependent sometimes. We want freedom, we got to amend it on our way down. There's nobody left to cry. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Home, home on the range, where the fear and the antidotes land. Where seldom is heard an encouraging word, and our leaders do nothing all day. What if they gave an election and nobody came to vote? The system it needs a bit of correction. Just might seem like changing direction right now. As it stands, we don't even make the selection. And to get into heaven, we even need a connection on our way down. There's nobody left to crown. Nobody left to crown. Nobody left to crown. Nobody left to crown. Nobody left to crown.
Yeah, we're up.
Man thinks he rules the universe, and he can do it as he pleases. If it doesn't change soon, he will. Man has invented his doom. First step was touching the moon. There's a woman on my block, and she sits there says, who's gonna take away his license to kill? They take him and they teach him, then they groom him for life. They set him on a path where he's bound to get ill. Bury his body with scars, sell his body like they do his cars. There's a woman on my block, and she sits there facing the hill. She says, "Bears over there. Who's gonna take away his license to kill?" Hell-bent on destruction, fatally confused. His mind has been mismanaged with great skill. All he believes is his eyes, and his eyes keep telling him lies. There's a woman on my block, and she sits there facing the hill. She says, who's gonna take away his license to kill? He worships at an altar like a stagnant pool, and when he sees his reflection, he's fulfilled. Oh, man is opposed to fair play. He wants it all and he wants it his way. There's a woman on my block, and she sits there in a cold chill. She says, who's gonna take away his license to kill? She says, who's gonna take away his license to kill? She says, who? It's gonna take away license to kill.
Right, you were over doing some kind of a story.
This song was written way back in the day. And it was a song about us as far back as the particular person who wrote it.
Hang on,
whatever he was talking about. This song is called What About Me?
Sure.
Down my green tree, the food you fed my children. Here's the cause of that illness. My blood is really falling down. The air is not fit to breathe. And those of us who care enough, we've got to do something. They just put you on. They never tell you the whole story. They just put your young ideas down. I was wondering if this was the end of pride and glory. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Who got you out? The cops did. They just let you go? Did they just let you go? Or did they find you? You're good. Good deal.
What you gonna do about me? Oh, what you gonna do about me? Well, I feel just like a stranger in the land where I was born, and I live just like an outlaw. I'm always on the run, they got me. Always on the run, they got me. Always on the run. 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 Well, your soldiers smoke marijuana, can't put them behind the wall, because most of what we taught them to do is against most of our own sacred laws. We're all fugitives from injustice, going to be free. And your rules and regulations, they don't do the thing we need. What you gonna do about it? Well, I know you may be this strong now, but my time will soon come around. You keep adding to my numbers and you shoot my people down. I can feel the future trembling as the word is passed around. We are gonna speak up for what we do believe in, and we're prepared to be shut down. Oh, what you gonna do about me? Oh, what you gonna do about me? Well, I feel just like a stranger in the land where I was born, and I live just like an outlaw. I'm always on the run, they got me. Always on the run, they got me. Always on the run. 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 Go in, out, in, out, in. Got me going up, down, 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 down. Got me going left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right. No taxation without representation. Remember that. No taxation without representation. Remember that. No taxation without representation. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that.
Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation. No taxation. If you are not represented, you do not have to pay.
I want to be sure you have the clearance. I don't know how we're going to stay in touch right now. Are you going? You know where you're going?
At the headquarters. I'm going right now and get that display
Yes, I'm
taken
gonna.
care of.
What?
I'm going down to Woodward Hall.
Yeah. So do you still have my business card with that 880 number? Try to call me there.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly when I'll get there, but so I can try to find out what to advise you.
Well, I'm going to the headquarters.
Okay.